Talk. I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Peace, and welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast. This is the Coffee Talk Podcast variety show, and I am your host, MISHUMA SABA, M.SABA, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. How y'all doing this evening? Y'all caught me bopping my head doing the Diddy bop for a minute. Y'all caught me bopping my head to that little intro I got going here at Coffee Talk Podcast. How y'all doing today? Good to see you. It's been a week since I saw you. We appear every Wednesday for Sports Edition. So thank you for being here, by the way. And it's sports night tonight. Let's go ahead and get it in as we do. But yeah, how's your day going first? Because that's always important to ask someone. Everybody's going through all kind of different trials, tribulations, changes, whatever, growth, whatever, My day was okay. The sun was out. It's still a little chilly, but it is going to be warming up this weekend here in the Twin Cities. I want to give a shout out to my boy T Block, birthday party this weekend. I see you, King. And other than that, man, I'm just trying to stay peaceful, man. Trying to stay sucker free. You know how we do it. And that's how you should do it. So, again, welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast Sports Edition. Now, listen, if this is your first time joining Coffee Talk Podcast, we are a cultural variety podcast show. So what that means is this. We come to you, we make an appearance 3 times a week. Sunday and Monday seem to alternate, but that's one day of the week. And then we come, and that is actually, so let me slow down, that is Cultural Studies Night. So on Sunday or Monday night, we always will give you what we call cultural studies. Now, what that is we will read some poetry to you. We read a chapter from a book, a page, whatnot. We give props to our ancestors, our authors, our scholars, our scientists. We give props to us. So Mondays is cultural nights. Wednesday is sports edition. So we are doing our sports edition, which is right now. But we're not like your typical sports show. We don't care about who won the game, who was the MVP. We don't care about none of that. What we do, again, here at Coffee Talk is we like to add flavor. So what we do is we talk about, again, our heroes, and that could be current or past. But we love to give a big shout out to our heroes. And then on Friday and Saturday, again, another alternating weekend, I should say. We have grown folks night. So I will have a guest, artist, just some friends, and we'll laugh, talk jokes, do 10-question Q&A, all kind of things like that. So we talk about a lot of different stuff on Fridays and Saturdays. It's either going to get you ready for the club, or you can come home from the club and catch us late night. So definitely grown folks night on the weekends. So, all right. Thank you. And thank you for continually supporting our show. Let's go ahead and dive in. If you're new to Coffee Talk, we never start a show without giving it its flavor. So tonight's flavor, I was thinking it's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Some people call it hump week, blah, blah, blah. But I thought tonight's flavor would be Mount Veneer Winery Cabernet Sauvignon 2018 wine. That's right. Mount Veneer Winery Cabernet Sauvignon 2018. This wine, the grapes in this wine are grown in the rugged terrain of Mount Veneer. Let me just turn the light up if y'all don't mind. All right, there we go. So this wine, Mount Veneer Winery Cabernet Sauvignon 2018. The grapes in this wine are grown in the rugged terrain of Mount Veneer in the Napa Valley. The fruit is concentrated but not over-extracted. The wine has some peppery and herbal notes with a healthy tannins. A bottle of this wine costs $44, by the way. So that's tonight's flavor. So, wherever you are, pour yourself some coffee, some cappuccino, a smoothie, some wine, some water. Come on in, kick your feet up, relax in our humble home, and enjoy yourself. So that's all we saying. Or pop some of this Mount Veneer Winery Cabernet Sauvignon. Dig that. Now, also, Coffee Talk Podcast, we always want to give you today's words of wisdom, or what we call wise words. So tonight's wise words is never be afraid to try something new if it's within reason. So never be afraid to try something new if it's within reason. Stop saying no to stuff all the time. You might be turning down something good, an opportunity, anything, Evaluate it, of course, and then you go ahead and make the right decision. So that's me, Big SABA, going ahead, giving you that fruit right there. And again, welcome to the show, Coffee Talk Podcast. All right, so tonight, Juwan Howard's in the news. Yeah, Juwan Howard, former Fab Five. I ain't going to say former Fab Five because the boy put it down in college ball. We're just going to go ahead and call him one of the Fab Five. So Juwan Howard, Fab Five, and also University of Michigan head basketball coach is in the news. So we're going to definitely talk about that. Then we're going to go ahead and talk about Michael Johnson. Do you remember Michael Johnson? Many of you may not, but if you do, he's an Olympic sprinter out of Atlanta, Georgia, and he dominated all of the 90s in track and field. So we're going to definitely talk about that there. And then other than that, man, we just want to go ahead and make sure you have a beautiful evening. So let's go ahead and begin. Juwan Howard, University of Michigan head coach and Fab Five member. The Big Ten on Monday suspended Michigan coach Juwan Howard for the final 5 games of the regular season and fined him $40,000 for hitting a Wisconsin basketball coach. The Wisconsin basketball coach was an assistant. His name is Greg Gard. And Juwan put his paws on him on Sunday. Yeah, he did. Let's just go into what took place. And you can look this up on YouTube and check the video footage. I don't have it for you tonight, but let me go ahead and describe it. All right, so the Michigan team, Juwan's basketball team, was down 15 points with like less than 15, about 15 seconds left in the game. The Wisconsin coach, Greg Gard, out of Wisconsin, he decided to call a timeout. Him and the head coach, whoever the head coach is, it doesn't matter. It's all about Greg Gard. Greg Gard calls a timeout with 15 seconds left. Juwan Howard took offense to that. He's like, look, man, you guys are already blowing us out by 15 points. We trying to get out of here, man. We trying to get the kids back on the bus and leave, man. The game's already over with. Sometimes basketball coaches do take offense to that if somebody is stalling the game when the game is already proven to be over with. You know what I'm saying? So it can come off offensive. But when the game ended, when they were in the shake line, as the teams, show sportsmanship and shake each other's hands on the way out, Juwan Howard pushes Greg Gard. Greg Gard puts his hands up in the defense like, whoa, hold on, you know what I mean? And then Juwan Howard, that Chicago came out of him. Y'all didn't know Juwan Howard from Chicago, huh? Yeah, that Chicago came out of Juwan Howard and he smacked the shit out of the dude. Yeah, it was on the sports channels. Look it up. He smacked the shit out the dude. It started with as a punch, but he opened it just in time, and he smacked the dude. And so tonight I want to go ahead and ask our people something. Okay, the people that support Coffee Talk Podcast, our viewers, I want to hear your thoughts on this. And you know me, I like to try to, I won't say keep it fair. I'll say that wrong is wrong and right is a universal thing. So take me there as I get ready to express myself and what my thoughts are. Tell me what y'all think. Juwan Howard being a head basketball coach of the University of Michigan, right? He has to set an example for his kids, right? This man chose to go ahead and smack the Wisconsin coach, Greg Gard, right, in the head on national TV, smacked him. And my thoughts was, what should happen with JJUWON Howard? Right is right and wrong is wrong. We seen it. And my thoughts was, I wanted to look at it from two different lenses. If Greg Gard would have slapped JJUWON Howard, they would have been trying to get JJUWON Howard up. Greg Gard up out of here. Now, Greg Gard being a European, I know some of you people out there in the social media where you're gonna be like, why are you sticking up for him? Woo, 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 woo. And that's why I'm saying, I'm looking at this from a lens of right is right and wrong is wrong. Forget the color. Well, we can't forget the color, but listen, that ain't so much of the play. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Had Greg Gard slapped JJUWON Howard, who's an African-American male, Greg Gard, a European, y'all would have been talking about fire Greg Gard. So my question to y'all, our viewership tonight is, how do you feel about the situation with JJUWON Howard? Now, let me explain. Michigan Wolverines went ahead and suspended JJUWON Howard for the rest of the season. He can come back for the Big Ten tournament, which is, let me see if we even have that date here. Okay, so let me just get right back into it real minute. We're already there. Okay, so they suspended JJUWON Howard to the Big Ten tournament, which starts on March 9th. That's going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's when JJUWON Howard can return to coach. He was also suspended $40,000. And Greg Gard, the Wisconsin coach, was suspended. Actually was not suspended, but he was fined $10,000. So that's a little bit more information as you guys type in here what you think and what your thoughts are on that matter. Here's my thoughts. I was just looking at my post. My brother just typed to me, said he's having a good time tonight. Peace, McCoy. Ski, I see you. But here's my thoughts. JJUWON Howard should have been or should be fired. Now, I don't even like saying that. I feel uncomfortable because as a black man, I don't never want to see a black man fired. Let's get that straight 100. But I'm putting myself in the position of what if I was the president of that university? You have a responsibility. One is the kids. They say allegedly that this is JJUWON Howard's second time having an outburst. Some reporters on ESPN and other talk shows were thinking that he should take anger management. Now, I'm not to go that far. But I just want us both to look at it from each lens. I want our viewers to type in, let us know what your thoughts are. That the game was over. Michigan was down by 15 points. I understand JJUWON Howard as a coach. He's like, look, man, y'all beat us. We accept defeat because you always can get better from that. We accept defeat. Let's get up out of here. But Greg Gard went ahead and called a timeout. I didn't really get to hear why Greg Gard called the timeout per se, but here's a question to y'all. Do you believe that Greg Gard should have called the timeout? Should he have just, let the 15 seconds expire? It is a unhidden rule in sports, man, that if you're blowing a team out, whatever that last play is there, if there is a few seconds left, man, just let it run out, All right. I do want to talk about that. Yep. I see you, Ski. So my brother Ski says JJUWON Howard was given the right to be suspended. He feels that he should be suspended. But what he say was given the right suspension. Bobby Knight threw a chair on the floor. I remember that. I remember when Bobby Knight, man, if y'all don't know about Bobby Knight, look up the history of Bobby Knight with the Indiana Sooners. Is it the Indiana Sooners? Indiana Hoosiers? The Hoosiers, my bad. Yeah. Bobby Knight used to be a trip, man. He used to snatch your kid up. So you grab him by the collar. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't snatch mine up. I don't give a fuck who you is. You know. But my thoughts is this. Again, putting myself back in the seat of a president of the school, and you have to, you have a lot of responsibility, man. Everybody, you got to hold everybody accountable in things. So my thoughts is, I would let JJUWON Howard go. Great guy, one of my favorite players in college and in the pros. You know, I was happy for him to get a ring when he was with Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland. It was Miami with who was that? With Shaq and D Wade. I want to say. I believe that he can go get another job, and I think he should be coaching in the NBA. That's my thoughts. I think he should be coaching in the NBA because he can deal with those men. Those are men at that time, even though they only play. They're a one and done college kid and they go straight to the pros. You got to grow up quick, or you got a veteran that's gonna hold you down and get you right. But they're men over there in the NBA. I think JJUWON Howard should be let go at the University of Michigan. Allegedly, this is his second outburst, and you can't go around smacking no coach, man. It don't matter what color you are. It don't matter what gender you are. You can't go around smacking no coach, because what kind of sign does that give to the kids? That it's okay? So, those are just my thoughts on JJUWON Howard. But before we leave JJUWON Howard, there's one thing I do want to say about that. So they asked Jay Williams. Now, Jay Williams is a point guard from the University of Duke. He used to play back in the day. He's now an ESPN analyst. And they asked Jay Williams, they said, so what's your thoughts about JJUWON Howard? Jay Williams said earlier Monday that Howard should be suspended for the postseason as well. So if you're going to be suspended for these last, I think there's about a week left of college ball before their conference tournaments start. If he's going to be suspended just for this week and then be back on March 9th, Jay Williams is basically saying he should be suspended for the rest of this year. Now, if you're going to be suspended for the rest of the year, then, you need to step down as well. But those are just my thoughts on JJUWON Howard. We here for you, though, here at JJUWON Howard, man. We just hold our own accountable, man. We got to police ourselves sometimes. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But we definitely, I don't want to say wish the best, but we'll just say that in gratitudes, because I don't usually use the word wish, but whatever. All right. So next segment is Michael Johnson, the Olympic sprinter from the 90s. You remember that, kid? All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about it. Michael Johnson is widely regarded as one of the greatest sprinters of all time. In the 1990s, the four-time Olympic gold medalist dominated the 200 meters and the 400 meters, going an incredible 7 years undefeated. So he was 7 years undefeated in track and field. Michael Johnson was born in Texas City of Dallas on September 13th, 1967. Michael's name is Michael Dwayne Aldebert Adam Johnson. That boy got 5 names. Michael Dwayne Aldebert Adam Johnson. He was the youngest of 5 siblings. And as a teenager, he devoted himself to his studies with athletics as just, something he did on the side. But at age 19, he enrolled at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. It was there in April of 1987 that he was spotted by Clyde Hart, the coach who later would take him to the pinnacle of track and field. As he broke the university's track record in the 200 meters, by then he had already adopted his distinctive running style. And the reason why we call it the distinctive running style is because it was characterized by an upright gait with a short stride. So he had a little short stride, and it looked like he was sitting, though, as he was running. Yeah, this dude was real quick. He didn't take long steps in track and field. He was just real quick. Feet move real fast. You know what I'm saying? They nicknamed him the Duck. Yeah. So after gaining a degree in accountancy, Michael Johnson decided to focus full-time on athletics in the 1990s. Usually he excelled over both 200 meters and 400 meters, finishing the year at the top of the international rankings for both distances. It was a rare combination, but one that would soon bring him glory. In 1991 in Tokyo, he was crowned the world 200-meter champion, but then suffered a setback the following year when food poison denied him of his chance of glory in the individual events at the Olympic Games in Barcelona. However, he was restored to fitness in time to help the U.S. 4x400-meter relay team secure the victory that brought Johnson his first taste of the Olympic gold. Starting in 1993, Johnson embarked on an incredible sequence of 58 400-meter races in which he went undefeated. And he was soon being hailed as Superman. I remember when they was calling Michael Johnson Superman. He was the pinnacle of his track career came on his own home soil, which was at the Atlantic Olympic Games back in 1996, which had 83,000 spectators that looked on. While he that particular day in 1996 in the Atlantic Games, Mike chose to wear these golden Nike running shoes. They was like platinum gold. And he completed a remarkable 200-meter and 400-meter double, an achievement never matched before or since in men's athletics. His times were remarkable too. He ran a 19.32 seconds for the 200-meter, which was a world record that stood for 12 years until being broken by Usain Bolt. He also had a 43.49 seconds for the 400-meter, and that was 12 years of just dominating, undefeated, a straight decade of none but solid gold. You know, it was all gold medals. On August 26, 1999, in Seville, Johnson set a new 400-meter world record of 43.18 seconds, which stood until Wade Van Nurkerk, amazing performance in Rio 17 years later. In the space of a decade at the top, which culminated the final Olympic gold in the 400 meters at Sydney in 2000, he amassed a total of 8 world and 4 Olympic titles. He never experienced a taste of silver or bronze in none of his track meets. He retired from competition in 2001. That is Michael Johnson out of Atlanta, Georgia. So, yeah, what's your thoughts on Mike? I remember Mike, man. He was a short dude. He was chiseled, short, and when he ran like he was sitting down already, like he was sitting down at a chair. Short stride. You know, he had short legs, short stride, strong calves. Dude could run. He really could run. He was a fast dude, as you can see in the story here. And he did dominate the Olympics that year, you know. So that's our time for today. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Coffee Talk Podcast. Again, this is our Wednesday night sports edition. I am your host, MISHUMA, SABA, M.SABA. And again, this is our Culture Variety Podcast show. Make sure you tune in this weekend when we're going to be talking about observation and perception. It's going to get real deep. So tune on in this weekend at Coffee Talk Podcast. You'll see more about it. Stay tuned to check out that. And I'll see you soon. I'm going to hit you with the universal peace sign. We gone. Peace and love.